Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Gladiator Guild Manager by Entertainment Forge. Last episode, we basically started off, did a little tutorial about the game, how it worked, and we finished off with actually four total fights in the Ring of Death, and with the month about to end, we're getting ready for our first arena tournament. So let's go ahead and get back into our game. And take a look at where we left off. All right, so we are on day 22. We have actually, the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to have an item shop discount. So that is probably something we're going to look forward to eagerly. Let's go ahead and roll our timeline forward. All right. Looks like our intellect rings. Oh my gosh, we got 3 intellect rings on discount. Thanks. That's not going to be useful. And we do have this axe on 50% discount. That is a rather large discount. Now, to be perfectly honest, in terms of putting that on our tank, I don't really care. However, there is the fact that sooner or later we're going to be adding more gladiators, and there's a very good chance someone's going to want that axe, and it is 50% off, so we'll go ahead and take it. And at the moment, since you're not using anything else, we'll give it to you. And that is probably the only thing we're going to want from there. We already have 1 bow, although, again, same thing. 45% off a bow in the case we get a second archer. Oh my god, I am such a sucker for sales. This is not even right. Okay, we're just going to hang on to that. Okay, just a quick look. Mostly of idle curiosity, and 2 archers available. This one has a interesting ability. So some of the traits are more interesting than others. For example, extrovert gains 7.5 agility for each friendly gladiator within range of 2. So the way the traits work is that since each character has a listed main stat, one of the strength, agility, or intelligence triangle, that is the stat that is going to be modified by the trait. So, for example, all of the all the stat modifiers for the archer is going to affect agility, and all the ones for the berserker and the knight are going to affect strength. So, if they had extrovert, that's what it would be for them. Now, the rangers usually standing back there by herself, so this is not a particularly useful trait yet again. However, in the hands of a berserker, this might be pretty nifty because you are going to stack a couple of your guys up front. However, truthfully, this is going to be more useful far, far, far later in the game when you're going to employ a larger number of gladiators to each of the battles. Pretty useless right now. Just looking out of curiosity. All right. The real payoff, however, is going to be right here on day 1. Oops. We got a Ring of Death and an event pop up. Let's go ahead and take care of those real quick. A few V1s are always pretty easy. Alright, by now you guys have seen a couple of these go off, so I'm not going to go into quite as much detail. The difference between this archer and the purifiers that we've had to deal with before is that she actually shoots a physical arrow that has a physical existence. So I very much am going to want him to get hit and not her. So again, this line is going to be very important. If you take a look, no matter who she's targeting, at the moment she's going to hit him. As long as they kind of stand in that formation, the only thing she's going to be able to do is shoot the knight, and of course the knight is built to take that kind of damage. And therefore a level 3 does not stand any chance. She only did 250 to us, whereas look, it is more than what we did to her, but it is a 3-on-1, so that's what's going to happen. All right, and another strength potion. I don't know, I don't think we need that many of those things.
A few drunk bandits have beat up 2 guards and claimed ownership of the graveyard arena. I need you to take them down before they do any more harm.
Why did they take ownership of the arena? It's a graveyard.
They came to steal coin and women, but found neither coin or desirable women here in Deadwoods. In the end, they settled for arena ownership. Kept on drinking and singing, too.
Huh. They went to the graveyard to steal coin and women. I think you guys might have the wrong strategy, but whatever. Hey, but they sing really well. Maybe it's a good party.
It's not a good party. They are merciless bandits and might hurt more villagers.
No. I know a good band when I hear one. Slen, let's help them reach their potential.
All right. I'll get in touch with you.
Do that. Hey, look at that. Sometimes you don't resolve problems with violence. But only sometimes. Whoa. That was quick.
I reached out to the singing bandits. If we protect them from Baroness guards and pay for their tour, they will give us half of their profits when they go on their first year-long tour.
Cool. We will be doing that. However, the tournament is coming up in half a day, and one of the things you're going to learn pretty soon is that you do not want to engage in any fights right before the tournament. So we're going to put this on pause. There's a timer on each of the events, so you'll be able to see how long you have before it goes away. We got a full time bar. Let's just wait for the big thing. Yeah, there we go, the arena. All right, so this is the first of the monthly tournament battles that we are going to participate in. The graveyard, which is right here visually, is the first out of 12 available. And they do look slightly different, but let's face it, at the end of the day, the arena is just a big giant open space where you put yourself on the left half and the enemies are on the right half. Up here will be the number of gladiators, so 3, which is exactly what we have. If this had been 4, we might have had to go into the market real quickly and picked up another guy just to help out, but we're gonna go with 3 for now. All right, let's go ahead and fight. Okay, so we've seen this before. Big arena in the middle. The graveyard arena is going to have 5 battles, and these trophies are basically like your lives. You can fail 3, well, I guess you can fail 2 times and still finish with 1 cup, or if you manage to go through without a loss, you will complete it with 3 cups. Now, every time you pick a fight, you're going to have 3 choices. The 3 choices are going to possibly differ in the number of gladiators they let you use. This one happens to be 3 across the board. It will also display a difficulty level. I don't know that this number has that much meaning. I find that it roughly approximates the level of the enemies you're dealing with based on the number of gladiators you're allowed. So this level of 1 basically means with 3 opponents, you're facing 3 levels of characters. So yes, 3 levels, whereas this 0.67 reflects that they only have 2 levels. The level of the enemy does matter, don't get me wrong. However, the makeup of the enemy is just as important. Now, the battle on the right typically is more difficult, and it does indeed have a larger reward. So your standard green rewards, your blue rewards, and then your purple rewards. The difference between them is basically this. If you get a purple ticket, that gives you a 25% chance of getting a universal item. So those were like the trinkets that were super expensive. If you do blue tickets, you get a regular item, and here you also get a regular item. However, the probability of getting this is 25% for each ticket you collect, and we are going to do 5 battles. So a lot of times people might think going into this, well, the purple's the hardest, I'm overpowered, I'm sure I'm going to win every fight, so let me just do 5 purples. Actually, if you do 5 purples, you're going to cap out at 100% chance of a universal item. You will get one, but you will not get a regular item for here and here. So when you do these arenas, you only want to do 4 of any one of these types. So 4 purple maximum, 4 blue maximum. in this case, we're only going to have 5 battles, so we're going to try to do 4 here and, 1 somewhere else. If we do a 5th one in the purple, we kind of lose out. We're still going to get all the basic items, but we're not going to get the regular item. Oh, I never noticed something. This one rewards scrolls. This one rewards tools. Ah, and this one rewards both. That's another difference. Okay, I'll get into that later when we talk about the tools and the scrolls. For now, this is, I believe, a fight we can definitely win, so let's go. Okay, so we got a berserker in the front. Oh my, he has no health. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Knight, you take him on. Berserker, you come in at an angle. You fight him. You fight at an even further angle. You fight him. Here we go. There we go. Their berserker actually did the smart thing and set aside the knight to try and take a whack at our berserker, but luckily I think he was a little far away, so I don't think his axe reached him, or even though his axe reached him, I don't think his knockdown reached him, which means our berserker landed that early shot, which, kadoom, killed that, whatever it was called, the purifier who was lasering her. So, a couple of things are about to happen. First, always not a bad idea to take a quick look at the stats. In the kind of the smaller Ring of Death fights, there's not going to be much information here, but as these arena battles get bigger and bigger, it would not be a bad idea to kind of pay attention to this, just so you have an idea of how your gladiators are performing and whether you need to tweak anything. Okay, he took 900 damage. We killed him first. Nothing here. This is really a 3-on-2. She got lasered in the face only for a little bit. He took a couple of axe swings, it looks like. No one ran out of stamina. Alright, good. Clear that out. And down here, we see that our berserker has leveled. So let's talk about what that entails. So every time you level, you get 5 stat ups. And you get a choice of these 6 places. If you choose strength, agility, or intelligence, it will increase by 2 points. And if you do health, it'll be 160, 50 for stamina, and 2 for movement. So this is kind of where you wanted to think back to how your gladiators were performing and say, well, was this a character who was running out of stamina? Our berserker definitely was not. I don't even think health was an issue for him. So really, it's about getting his DPS up there. Now, strength is the obvious go-to, right? 2 points of strength per bump, 5 bumps, that's 10 points of strength. 10 points of strength would equate to 140 damage on this meter. So that would bring him up to 380. However, he currently has a cycle time of 2.4 seconds. So that means if we were to bump him up to 380 divided by 2.4, that is a DPS of 158. However, we could instead bump up his intelligence, and if we did that, 10 points of intelligence would knock this down to 0.5 from 0.1, so his timing would be 0.6. So he would still be doing that same 240 damage. But instead of a cycle time of, what is that? Actually, this is 2.3 currently. He will lower to 6.9. He will lower to 1.9, which will be 126 DPS. Now, that is admittedly a lower DPS number, but I actually think there is value in him getting that swing faster. He is swinging every 2.3 right now. What is his kick? Oh, his kick is really slow. His long axe is more useful when you knock someone down. You know what? Let's we'll deal with this timing later. There will be a time when that makes more sense. For now, let's just get him to whack people over the head a little harder. Whoop. There we go. 380. Okay. Next fight. And ooh. Druids. They do melee attack, that's pretty low. They do a regenerate, pretty classic druid ability. Oh, they have a root. Oh, that's annoying. They can root our guys. They can root 2 of our guys. You know what? Since this is just so astronomically easy, actually, this is not hard either. You know what? This can be finagled. Okay. So these guys can root. However, we have a solution to that. We can just shove both of our guys right in his face, and we can make our archer focus on them. Now, I can up their priority, or the easiest thing to do is just lower his to 1. So she's just going to go after them first. So what's going to happen is they're going to root our guys in place, but it doesn't matter. The action's happening right here. They're going to punch each other in the face for a while, and she's just going to, gun these 2 down in the back. So there she is. She started to shoot. There's a miss. All right, there we go. Berserker down. Our Berserker is starting to get hit pretty hard, but the honesty is now it's a 3-on-1. She's not going to be able to hold up. And there we go. Let's take a quick look, just so we start to understand. This druid went down. Oh, wow. So our archer is not very good yet. With her focusing on this guy, it still took 12 seconds to kill. And then the other one went down very quickly after that, just because she had help at that point. So this guy got quite a lot of damage and quite a lot of healing down. Very dangerous at low levels, these druids. And versus our guys, again, for now, the Berserker is doing most of the work. Our archer is not quite good yet. It'll happen, don't worry. And our knight leveled up as well. So, you know what? Don't quite know what we want with him. Just kind of do a balanced suite of improvements across the board. Oh, same fight. Well, the good news is we know we can do this, so let's take the chance for another purple just in case this fight gets too hard in the future. I'm gonna want you a little closer. 260. Yeah, so you first, last. Looks like our Berserker's taking the brunt of the damage, but it doesn't matter. They took care of the Berserker, and now it's a gang up again. So pretty similar to last fight. I'm gonna guess nothing dramatic here. So yeah, clear that. Fight. Oh, actually, Archer has leveled up. Now movement is not going to be a big deal for her. We're not yet at the point where stamina is an issue. So and health, well, the truth of the matter is if something's going to get on her, health is not going to save her. So she is going to be a one-trick pony. Let's see if that boost to accuracy gives her a little more DPS. Oh yeah, that's easy. I'm going to do that one. Actually, since there's no freeze this time, we're going to let you do that. Yeah, we're going to gun you down first. And you know what? What that? Same thing. You go after him as well. Go get him. There we go. Looks like a one shot over the head. Nice. He does do 380 on that attack now, and so with bonuses, that can definitely one-shot a guy. Huh, only did 250? There must have been some defense. Oh well. Alright, fight number 4. Again, this one is super easy. I promise the arenas get a lot harder. They obviously want to make the first one a little bit of a pushover so you don't get too discouraged from things going wrong early. The archer's going to swing around. Always, always, always kill DPSers first, tanks last. Meanwhile, you just... You know what? I was going to say you distract the tank, but that's not true. I need you to get on him as fast as you can. Go ahead. Oh, vicious. Yeah, level 1s just don't have enough hit points to last. Basically, 1 or 2 swings and they're going to go down. Not much going on here. 800 damage, so he's still our big DPSer. Oh! I did the thing I said not to do. I wasn't even paying attention. So we did indeed clear purple 5 times. That means our universal item chance, which is capped at 100. We don't get a shot at a regular item. That's okay. It was only a 25% shot anyway. And we get... Oh no, damage against cursed targets is increased by 70. That would be great if we had a character who could cast curses. Which we don't. So this is going to do nothing for quite a long time. That's okay. So that is what a tournament at the end of the month looks like. The graveyard is the first one. We just did a 5 out of 5 match. It was relatively easy, but it is supposed to be. The next one, the farm, you'll notice increases to 6 combats. And also something that's going to happen, it is very likely that it's going to increase the number of combatants that we can use as well. So instead of just 3 on 3, it will probably be closer to 4 on 4. All right, so now that we have finished and everyone has survived, it's time to take another look back at this.
The singing bandits. If we protect them from Baroness guards and pay for their tour, they will give us half of their profits when they go on their first year-long tour.
Well, great. I would love to support the local talent. However, please pay attention to 4 on 4. And these guys, this is a guard who does a melee attack, a shield block, and they basically get a stat boost for another type of the same. So basically they're kind of like a mob. If there's a lot of guards, they get stronger. They're basically just sort of generic fighter types. And 1 crossbowman in the back who we are definitely going to be targeting first because this guy does a lot more damage. Okay, so it's 3 guards and 1 guy. You know what I think I'm gonna want? I'm gonna want another archer if we can get one. Oh, real quickly. Every time you defeat a new arena, you're gonna open up 3 new possible gladiator houses to buy. So when we started the game, we chose 3 that we actually got. We got another 3 that were kind of randomly given to us, Warlock, Druid, and Purifier. And every time you beat an arena, you're going to open up another 2 or 3. Hunter, Invigorator, and Rhino. Ooh. Ooh. I kind of like the Rhino. So the Rhino is a tank, and I know we have a tank, but there is a very key difference. Let's look at the Gladiator market. Do we have any of them as of yet? We do not. Oh. That's unfortunate. I actually, for this upcoming fight, I actually want an archer more than anything else. This one has no trait. No trait. No trait 150. And, oh, right, this is the extrovert. I don't want the extrovert, and we have enough normals. You know what? I'm going to risk it. Let's update the shop. Aha! Look at this. Look at this. Ta-da! Level 3. What is that trait? Serial killer. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's a really good trait. Alright, let's, you know what? I think we are gonna hire her. Yes, we are going to hire her. So this one is Serial Killer, gains 2% agility for every enemy killed to a maximum of 30. That is actually lifetime kills. So as an archer, she is going to get 15 kills very, very soon. So for all practical purposes, this ability simply says gain 30% agility after a little bit of use. For $30, that is a good deal. Now, admittedly, this one's level 3, but you know what? That's just one level, and she's kind of expensive anyway, so yeah. Serial killer. We're going to hire the serial killer. That's how this game works. All right. And will you look at that? It looks like somebody's already got a bamboo bow waiting for them. Ta-da! Alright, and now that we got 4 people, it is time. Let us save these guys from the Baroness. Yeah, she's gonna get mad at us because we're protecting the band, but hey, for music. Alright, so as mentioned before, the game does have arrow physics, which means that in order to try and kill this guy in the back, we either need to angle the shot, like from here or here, or we would need to slip it right in between 2 of the guards, but that's a little impractical. They're going to move the instant the battle starts. It's going to get messy. I don't think that's going to be practical. So we are going to set... feel like the bottom is a little easier. Actually, I'm gonna separate them for a quick second while I set their priority. Kill him first, please. I need you guys to be protected from getting shot first of all, and then I will need you to run interference. So hopefully he kind of, you know what, you go after him. Alright, so hopefully these guys will go that way. Hopefully he goes after him. All 3 go after him. If we lose him, that, I mean, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, we're level 2, they're level 1. This should work. This should work. Speed it up. Alright, there's our Berserker running right past, but the 2 archers on 1 is too fast, so they gun him down immediately. And now it's just everybody mixing it up in the middle. Our tank's holding up, our Berserker's taking a good bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough because we got 2 archers gunning in bullets from across the screen. So now if we look, see, now the damage of the archers is picking up a little. So before she's a level 2, had a hard time keeping up. Now she's starting to catch up a little. Excellent work, everyone. Still runs out of stamina a little bit. Not too bad. I'm not going to worry about that.
They were very thankful, promising they will leave the bandit life behind and sing across Ondarian with the investment you gave them. We can expect an income from them each month during this 1-year contract.
Oh, that's awesome. And hey, you know what? That's simply how a lot of our favorite bands started out anyway. And, you know, you see, we're not all about killing. We do good, too.
We did kill a few gods to make this happen.
Alright, alright. We're about killing and doing good. What do you want? Alright. And let's see. There is nothing up on the horizon, so in fact, this will be a good time to call it. The last thing I'm going to do is notice that since we now have 4 gladiators, we are currently capped. So this is a good opportunity to go into the guild and show that one of the things you can do is you can upgrade the various buildings that you have. The upgrades for the gladiator houses, the only thing that it does is it increases the experience gain of your characters. Now, that is something I will get into much later, but it is not a very useful thing generally. I'll kind of get into why in a later episode. But the thing we do want to do is we are going to need more gladiators. If not immediately, but pretty soon. You start with 4, and for the low price of 25 stone, we will go up to 8. So next time, we might take a look to see if there's anyone else we can pick up. For now, that is all for episode 2. I will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed.